Team Carwin on The Ultimate Fighter. And I got to be honest, I'm surprised the kid's here now because when he was on The Ultimate Fighter, I was a guest coach. He would quit a lot. He'd quit all the time. And I was like, oh, this kid doesn't have it. He got injured, and then he came back for a little bit. He was their very first pick, and it did not work out on the show.
He's pretty happy,
so I was like, oh, the kid doesn't have it. So he went to MFC in Canada, did great there, and then got back in the UFC.
Brenda sounds like such a gossipy little housewife.
Hello, fellas and felleritas. So that is Brendan Schaub. Everyone says he is one of the funniest MMA fighters turned comedians that is out there. Everyone says he's really sharp-witted, just got his, fingers on the pulse of society, and really is a good comedian. So awesome job for him. When I was on The Ultimate Fighter, I was season 16 of The Ultimate Fighter. Shane Carwin was my coach versus Roy Nelson. I would have loved to have watched that fight, but like so many Ultimate Fighter coach matchups, it didn't happen. That would have been a fun fight, though. That would have been a huge fight. Shane Carwin would have dominated. We missed that one. But anyways, Brendan Schwab, he got brought in once. It was for like a week or most of a week, and he was helping to coach the team. At the point of the season, I had already lost my fight. Spoiler alert. And I had broken my rib doing it. I was doing everything I could. I was in that gym twice a day. I was on the weights. I was getting everything I could out of the season. I never had a restful moment. I was working as hard or harder. I was just working around my rib. I remember there's this one time I was on the row machine, and it was something I could keep myself from rotating on. And Coach Lando was there, and boom, I pulled down, boom, and it was, and he, what happened? I said, I twisted something. Something's not right. So, anyways, I broke a rib. Not doing that, but it hurt right then. Now, I was perfectly cordial with all the coaches. I love all of them. Trevor Whitman, still in contact with him. Neil Magny, I still talk to him every time he fights. He is the real winner of our season. That dude has done some amazing things. Shane Carwin, I'm not in contact with him, but I could be. I think I still have his phone number. I should reach out to him, just say hi. Anyways, I loved my team. Nate Marquardt, I even got to fight him. I got to fight my coach, and I won, so woohoo! I love Nate Marquardt, one of my favorite fighters that have ever been. He's just a wonderful human being. Now, Brendan Schwab, I actually forgot he was on the season. That he got brought in for a week or so. He got brought in. He worked with the guys. He was a heavyweight. We were a bunch of 170ers, and it was fine. He seemed perfectly fine. Now that I remember back, I said, oh, yeah, he was there. And I was cordial with him. We spoke once or twice. I paid attention to everything he said, just trying to learn and absorb whatever I could from the information from the season. Years later, I'm back in the UFC. I don't believe he is anymore. I think he's doing his comedy thing with the Fighter and the Kid. I think that's him. He's in there doing that. And I was about to fight Cesar Mutante. And a fight that I won, by the way. Knockout TKO round one. The biggest underdog on the card, and I won in the first round. Actually, fun fact, that entire card, I think it was that card. Boom. If you look, I'm pretty sure it was that card. Every Brazilian lost and every underdog won. It was nuts. But I fought Cesar Mutante. And Brendan Schwab, on his Fighter and the Kid podcast, went online before I fought and just kind of ran his mouth. In the moment, at the time, I was pissed is the wrong word because I didn't understand social media, but I was really hurt deep down. I was like, how could anybody ever think that I was lazy, that I didn't work hard? I may not be the greatest fighter in the world. That's still to be determined. I may have holes in my game plan, which still may be to be determined. But working hard has never been an issue with me. If you put me anywhere, you put me on a chain gang, you put me in the gym, you put me doing anything, I will do everything I can to be the best person in that field of work. I have always been a hard worker. And he went on this huge podcast, started this huge podcast, and kind of talked shit about me. And at the moment, I remember saying, well, this son of a bitch, I can't believe he would do that. I can't believe there's somebody out there that thinks so little of me. And it hurt me. A few years down the line, someone brought it up again, and I said, you know what? Screw him. He doesn't know me. We talked once or twice, and for him to have talked, I was still worked up about this. Brendan Schaub, he rubbed me the wrong way, and I don't remember anything about him other than he talked trash about me that one time, and it sat bad in me. Now, this comes to last summer. Last summer, TikTok, there was somebody said, why does everybody hate Brendan Schaub?
For the MMA community, why does everybody hate Brendan Schaub?
So it happened when I was on The Ultimate Fighter. He got brought in to help coach us the last half of the season. I had broken my ribs and hurt in a couple things during the process, and so I didn't work with him much. We were, cordial, and how's it going, coach? How's it going? Same kind of stuff. Then about 2 years later, I was fighting Cesar Mutante, and I hadn't thought or talked about Brendan Schaub since then. He was on his podcast, and he just started talking shit about me. I mean, he just went on and on about how I'm lazy and good for nothing and terrible this, terrible that. Now, you can say whatever you want about me, but lazy I am not. I work my ass off every chance I can. Any time I can, I will outwork just about anybody. And so based on a guy I only kind of knew and he only kind of saw, he ran his mouth about me. And so from that point on, I decided, I don't like you, Brendan Schaub.
And so I made a little post, and I more or less said what I said here, but a lot shorter. I said, listen, he talked shit about me. He said, and there's a lot of things you can say about Smiling Sam, but if you talk shit about me, it better be not because I'm not a hard worker. I am. Anyways, that was my post. And it kind of went viral. I didn't expect it to. It was TikTok. I wasn't quite the personality on there that I am now. And it blew up. I started popping up on my Twitter feeds, started popping up on Instagram, started popping up everywhere. And it's like, I didn't mean anything by this. I didn't expect anyone to ever hear this. And it kind of blew up. Apparently, there's a lot of hate for Brendan Schaub out there. And I am unaware. Apparently, he's the greatest comedian since Bill Cosby. And that's all I know about him. And he's on Fighter and the Kid or just some podcast like that. Now, there are a few parts of my career that keep getting brought up every now and then. Let Me Bang Bro. That gets brought up all the time. That gets every other month. So hey, look, there's Sam Alvey in the Let Me Bang Bro clip. Kick him in the dick. That gets brought up every third month. And then that makes a loop around the internet. And now apparently once a year, this Brendan Schaub thing gets brought up. How people don't like Brendan Schaub and my little say in that TikTok video, which I didn't mean anything of. To be honest, when I made the TikTok video, I didn't remember that I was mad at him, that anything had happened. I don't remember what he said. Well, just recently, like 2 days ago, somebody DM'd me, said, hey, Sam, you remember this? And it was apparently Brendan Schaub has like web pages dedicated to how funny he is. No, people apparently don't like him. Dedicated to this. And my video got brought up. And it was me talking, saying, I can't believe you didn't like me. And then it played the clip of what he said about me, back when I was fighting Cesar Mutante. And it wasn't as bad as I remember. I mean, I wish he wouldn't have said it. Yes, he said I was lazy and I was always sitting in the corner and doing this and that. But he didn't. I had a broken rib. I was doing absolutely everything I could. And then he predicted I was going to get beat by Mutante, which I didn't. First round TKO, baby. Woo! First round knockout even. So in this clip of how he talked trash about me, I then got to watch the clip of him talking trash about me. And he did, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't nearly as bad as I remember, or as bad as I was told it was. So Brendan Schaub, if I offended you in any way, I apologize. I didn't mean to offend you. That was what I remember happening. I was upset. I was young. No, you did talk trash about me, and you were wrong about it. Everything you said poorly about me, you were 100% wrong about. I am a hard-ass worker. I'm good at what I do. And I was good back then, too. So you were wrong. But you said it in a way that wasn't nearly as harsh as I remember it being. And maybe it's because it's years later. I'm more mature and handsome and intelligent or whatever it is. But I'll let you off the hook this time. Anyways, Brendan Schaub, if I came off too aggressive in my TikTok post a little more than a year ago, I apologize. If not, if I came off perfectly fine, awesome. Let's be friends. Keep doing your thing, my man. Keep being successful in whatever you're doing. I will try and catch your comedy. I've never heard a joke you've said. People, I don't trust anyone on comedy. Like, I'm not a big Dave Chappelle fan. I'm not. I said it. Y'all hate me in the comments for it, but I'm not. I really was a big Bill Cosby fan. Before he raped those 90 people. Before then, a huge Cosby fan. Not so much anymore. Like Foxworthy. I like Larry the Cable Guy. Have a good one, guys. Love y'all.